السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونستهديه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا. من يهدي الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. ونصلي ونسلم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وبعد. This is the class number 16 in the Tawheed classes, and we were talking last time about the tahakum in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we were tackling the problem that the murji'a raised about the ayah وَمَنْ لَمْ يَحْكُمْ بِمَا أَنزَلَ اللَّهُ فَأُولَئِكَ هُمُ الْكَافِرُونَ, and how they used the saying of Ibn Abbas and the Athar from Abi Majlis, the follower of the companions, the honorable follower, and to put it in a nutshell, I will go over it again fast. There are two sayings, Athar, in our tafsir that are related to this point, where the murji'a used, and they said that those who use man-made laws, they are committing a sin because it's shirk asghar or kufr asghar. It is not kufr akbar, because they went back and they hunted among athar in order to substantiate their sick bid'ah opinion, and they found two things, and alhamdulillah, they are understandable and they are clear. And the first one of them is what they carry from Ibn Abbas, saying that about وَمَنْ لَمْ يَحْكُمْ بِأَنزَلَ اللَّهُ فَأُولَئِكَ هُمُ الْكَافِرُونَ. They say Ibn Abbas said kufrun duna kufr, means it is kufr asghar. So they mean that whatever in the ayah is kufr asghar. The other athar is the one that came from the companion, the follower of the companions, Abi Majlis, where he was talking to some people of Bani Amr ibn Sadus, and they were Khawarij, and we will say what they said. The first one from Ibn Abbas, which is the source of all this, they said, Ibn Abbas said it is kufrun duna kufr. In fact, the Athar from Ibn Abbas does not say kufrun duna kufr. What happened is that Ibn Abbas was talking to a group of the famous, the one of the earliest Khawarij, Nafi' ibn al-Azraq, رأس الأزارقة الخوارج, and those are the most the hardliners were, and they are the one of the starters of this whole thing of Khawarij, and he went to Abdullah ibn Abbas and he said, Ya ibn Abbas, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say, فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْكَافِرُونَ فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الظَّالِمُونَ فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْفَاسِقُونَ. Ibn Abbas said, yeah. He said, okay. ماذا يفعل هؤلاء? He means Bani Umayyah. So Ibn Abbas said, these are his exact words reported in the Athar. ليس بالكفر الذي تذهبون إليه هو كفر دون كفر. This is not the kufr or the type of kufr you are implying. This is a kufr duna kufr. So from this word, you can see that he is not talking about the generality of the ayah. He is talking about the case that Al-Azariqa used, and mentioned Bani Umayyah. So they are not talking, he wasn't talking about that the ayah means من لم يحكم بهذا الله فهو الكافرون. It is in general كفر دون كفر. No, he was talking about تنزيل الآية, applying the ayah to Bani Umayyah, that it is what Bani Umayyah are doing is kufr duna kufr, means that they commit sins and they don't do it. So they don't deviate from the using Sharia as a base. So omitting this part of ليس بالكفر الذي تذهبون إليه, this is not the kufr that you implying. Omitting this completely changed the face of the statement and what it means. Now Ibn Abi Majlis, the companion, the follower, also he faced a similar situation where some of Bani Amr ibn Sadus, and they were Khawarij, they came to him and said the same thing. فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْكَافِرُونَ الظَّالِمُونَ الْفَاسِقُونَ. And what are these people are doing? He said this, they, Abi Majlis said, he didn't say kufr duna kufr, he said they commit what they commit and they know that it is wrong and they know that it is not according to the law of the land, which is the Sharia. So the Banu Amr ibn Saduz, they said to him, oh, you're saying that because you are afraid of them. He said, Wallahi, you are the ones who are supposed to be afraid of them, because you are making takfir to them, not I. I'm not making takfir to them. You should be afraid. I'm not afraid of them. I'm just saying what it is. So what he said is that Bani Umayyah have the Sharia as their base, as the only source of ahkam. But when they apply in this time or that time or with this guy or in this case, there are wrongdoing in this, and this is what is meant by Kalam ibn Abbas, kufr duna kufr, and this is what is meant by being a ma'asiyah. So these are the two statements that came, and they extensively use these two in order to confuse people and to make people think that they make people think that this came from Ibn Abbas, and that this is what the meaning of the ayah is, and they built all their aqwal based on that. And for your own knowledge, the murji'ah, the actual murji'ah that were at the time of the tabi'in and tabi'i tabi'in, and up to the 20 centuries, in the 30s and in the 40s and 50s, the murji'ah never actually used this ayah for such an end. They never. They all agreed with Muslims that if you take another Sharia as a base, a man-made laws as a base for as a constitution to judge between your people in blood and money and honor, this is kufr. All Murji'ah never said anything other than that. This is the extremist of the Murji'ah that appeared actually in the 50s and 60s, and based their sayings on the movement of of Hassan al-Banna in Egypt, solely on the movement of Hassan al-Banna in Egypt. And for the first 30 years, it wasn't completely like there was like a confusion. It wasn't that apparent, but it was academically presented, and it was put as a base in the mid 60s. So this is not an old thing. These are the extremists of the Murji'ah that we have now. Having said that, and understand now the saying of Ibn Abbas, I told you before the last time that I will introduce to you 9 proofs or 9 points to refute what these Murji'ah are saying based on this ayah, which is وَمَنْ لَمْ يَحْكُمْ بِمَا أَنزَلَ اللَّهُ فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْكَافِرُونَ. Because this is what they always use in all their books and all their arguments and as a dalil for them. The first one is that we have to understand that what Ibn Abbas said, if we even if we agree that Ibn Abbas said kufr duna kufr as a tafsir, although we have seen that he didn't say it as a tafsir, because he said ليس بالكفر الذي تذهبون إليه, so he is talking about a specific, a manat, a case. It's not a tafsir, general tafsir for the ayah. But let's play their game. Let's say, okay, even if it is a tafsir for the ayah, so it is very well known that tafsir al-Sahabi, if tafsir al-Sahabi is in ayat related to al-Ghaib, to the hidden, then ulama al-Tafsir, the scholars of tafsirs, they consider it as marfu' ila Rasulillah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So we can't argue with it, because he says a Sahabi cannot actually create something or lie about something or just get it from his head about the hidden. He had to hear it somewhere from Rasulullah at a point of time. But this is not about that. So the scholar of tafsir, he said, if it is not about the hidden, tafsir al-Sahaba is a tafsir, one of the tafsir. You can take it or you can leave it. Unless it is tafsir, they have ijma', then we move to ijma' al-Sahaba. It's not only a regular tafsir, ijma' al-Sahaba. And if it is about hukm shari, which this is about actual hukm, because it tells you about what is a sin and what is not a sin. So it's iman. This is a sinner. This is not a sinner, because it's all the same source in Quran. So even if some people say no, this is tafsir of ayah and everything, okay, let's be that. The saying of Ibn Abbas cannot stand against the vast majority of the ayahs, other ayahs that we talked about. If you remember last time, we said if there is a qaida, a rule that has been proven by many ayahs and many hadith, cannot be contested by one ayah or one hadith or one saying or one tafsir or 2 or 3, because this is kulli, it's a general, it's a general. And if you get one thing that actually say something to the contrary, then we have to stop and say, well, we have to find out why it is to the contrary. We have to find a way to reconciliate and make them work together and understand in harmony, because whatever being proven through a lot of ayahs. I mean, Allah, إن الحكم إلا لله واحكم بينهم بما أراك الله. إن الحكم إلا لله أفحكم الجاهلية يبغون. All these ayahs full in the Quran, that الحكم, and the understanding, also the understanding that الطاعة, and الطاعة means following the hukm of Allah. There is no ta'ah without hukm of Allah. I mean, what does it mean? All the ayahs of وَأَطِيعُوا اللَّهَ أَنْ اعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ وَأَطِيعُونَ, it's وَأَطِيعُونَ means follow the Sharia in its whole, not follow part of the Sharia, which is praying and fasting, and leave the other. Because if it is so, we have to find a specifying. Then we have to find a nas, a text that says no, وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ وَأَطِيعُونَ is a general that's specified with only praying and this, and there is no such a thing. وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ وَأَطِيعُونَ is general. There is no specifying, a specifier to it. So all the ayahs, وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ وَأَطِيعُونَ, أن أطيعوا الله والرسول، واحذرهم أن يفتنوك عن بعض ما أنزل الله إليك. And all these ayahs, it is a general statements to the effect that الحكم بالشريعة is a general rule that cannot be contested by a saying of Ibn Abbas that can be reconciliated actually. So even if it's the tafsir. So this is the first point. What is the second point then? The second point is which we mentioned before, that if we have a universal saying, a general saying, and it was repeated and confirmed, it stays untouched and unspecified. It's then, this is, we have to take take it as a general. So we can't say and if we look at the ayah, it's a general ayah. So it was repeated, and it was not only one ayah, because now we are not talking. Now we are not saying that the proof for our point that is opposing the Murji'ah is only وَمَنْ لَمْ يَحْكُمْ بِمَا أَنزَلَ اللَّهُ فَهُمْ كَافِرُونَ. No. We are saying this vast majority of ayahs and an understanding of Tawheed itself, the La ilaha illallah, what the ilah means, all this put together proves that it's a general and universal statement, and it has to remain upon their apparent universality if repeated and reaffirmed, as Shatibi said in Al-Muwafaqat. So that is the second point. The third point is it's a grammar point actually. It's a very interesting point, but it's grammatic in the Arab grammar and in the structure of the linguistic, the structure of the sentence itself. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَمَنْ لَمْ يَحْكُمْ بِمَا أَنزَلَ اللَّهُ فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْكَافِرُونَ. The word man in the Arabic language, when it comes in the context of negation of something, negation, man lam yahkum. Lam is negating al-hukm. It means whoever does not. So does not is negating, does not judge. So whoever, man, does not, negating, judge by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala what he revealed. Man, if it comes in the negation context, it gives, in the Arabic sense, it gives generalization of whatever comes afterwards. The generalization of the meaning. There is no special out of it. You can't say except in it because this is how the Arabic language is structured. If man comes in the context of negation, man lam yahkum, does not judge, those are the kafirun, unless there is an exception in the ayah that shows that there is an exception, but there is no exception. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said وَمَنْ لَمْ يَحْكُمْ بِمَا أَنزَلَ اللَّهُ فَهُوَ الْكَافِرُونَ, period. خلاص. There's no exception. What is like exception in the ayah who said the ayah that was وَمَنْ لَمْ يَطْعَمْهُ فَإِنَّهُ مِنِّي إِلَّا مَنْ اغْتَرَفَ غُرْفَةً بِيَدِهِ إِلَّا Sayyidina Musa, when he said to the people who came with him and they passing the river, and he said وَمَنْ لَمْ يَطْعَمْهُ, whoever don't drink, he said don't drink, فَإِنَّهُ مِنِّي, those who are going to follow what I say, don't drink from it, they are with me. إِلَّا مَنْ اغْتَرَفَ غَرْفَةً بِيَدِهِ, except those who are going to just take a sip. If they take a sip, that's it. Because here he said وَمَنْ لَمْ يَطْعَمْهُ فَإِنَّهُ مِنِّي. So people say here, see, وَمَنْ لَمْ يَطْعَمْهُ, man with لَمْ يَطْعَمْهُ, with in a negation, he is with me, so it should be everybody. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala showed after that, he made the exception. إِلَّا مَنِ اغْتَرَفَ غَرْفَةً بِيَدِهِ, except who take a sip. But in the ayat وَمَنْ لَمْ يَحْكُمْ بِأَنزَلَ اللَّهُ الْكَافِرُونَ, there is no exception. Nothing. There is no illa after that whatsoever. On the contrary, all came to the effect that it is actually the case with no exception. So this is the third point where we make. Now the fourth point, which is the word yahkum in the ayah, because I told you we're going to take this ayah word by word. We started with man and lam and yahkum. The word yahkum here, yahkum means rule. وَمَنْ لَمْ يَحْكُمْ بِمَا أَنزَلَ اللَّهُ. What does it mean, yahkum? The word hukum came in Quran for meanings. لا معقب لحكمه, لا معقب لحكمه. It came in the sense of sunan al-kawniyya. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala means whatever, the gravity and universe and all these things, لا أحد يعقب على حكم. Nobody contest his way of doing things and his qadr and stuff. يحكم here is not, يحكم here is a specific meaning, which is the ruling, and it comes with the absolute ruling, not just a ruling. التشريع المطلق, it's not مطلق التشريع. مطلق التشريع means تشريع here, تشريع there, a law here, a law there. No. Here يحكم means التشريع المطلق، the absolute تشريع, all of the sharia, the absolute legislation, not just any ruling. Because like we said, if somebody have the absolute legislation, the constitution as a base, as the one and only reference for the laws of the land, then if he does rule here and there and stuff, and the judge take bribe or whatever, or the emir, that's مطلق التشريع. That's a تشريع here and there. It's not يحكم in this ayah. Why? Because يحكم, the masdar of يحكم from حكم. What is الحكم? What is حكم in the scholars, as we understand it, as the scholar understands? الحكم هو خطاب الشارع لمجموع المكلفين بالتكليف والوضع. بالتكليف والوضع. So الحكم is the address of the lawgiver to the legally accountable individuals, المكلفين, involving a demand, a choice, or a legal condition. Involving a demand, أمر, or choice, or تخيير, because أمر can be واجب, or مندوب, or مكروه, or حرام. Choice is the middle, is the مباح, or legal condition, which is the five legal conditions: السبب, الشرط, المانع, الرخصة والعزيمة, الصحة والبطلان. So this is what حكم is. This is الحكم in the legal sense of our Islamic Sharia. And الحكم, this حكم, the address of addressing the accountable individuals with the تكليفي حكم and the وضعي حكم. The تكليفي حكم are the the five, and the وضعي حكم are the five. The تكليفي are واجب, مندوب, مباح, مكروه, حرام, and the وضعي is سبب, شرط, مانع, رخصة, عزيمة, صحة, بطلان. These five and five, they are they call the حكم شرعي. This is خطاب الشارع, addressing of the legislator, the lawmaker. So when we think of that, we see that it doesn't mean the application of the actions itself. It is setting up these rules. It is setting up what is haram. It is setting up what is mandub. It is setting up what is mubah. Setting up what is makruh. Setting up what is haram. It is setting what can be a condition, what can be a condition, what can be a reason, what can be a prohibition, what can be an ease, or an original rule, what can be صحة وبطلان, what can be صحيح, what can be like a correct or باطل, invalid, valid and invalid. What can be a valid? What are the basis of valid and invalid? Doing these things, these five and five, applying them is one thing, and setting them up as laws is what يحكم here. This is the word يحكم. This murji'ah in the structure of their head, they used the word يحكم as an application. So they confuse the application with the setup of the rules. So if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala came and said, for instance, الزنا حرام, or الزاني, the best thing is to take an example from the Egyptian civil law. The Egyptian civil law in law number 174 of the Egyptian civil law, he said, if a husband found his wife committing adultery in the house of the family, he has the right to submit a court case against her as an adulteress, except in one case, if it is proven that he committed adultery before her in the same house. I mean, well, what can I say? It has, you can see here that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said الزاني والزانية فاجلدوا كل واحد منهما 100 جلدة. الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم في الحديث قال الثيب تقتل أو يقتل والبكر تجلد. البكر تجلد والثيب ترجم. So it is set. The rule is set already. So what they did here is that they changed two things in this law number 174. Two things. They changed حكم تكليفي تحريم حكم from جلد or رجم to have a court case against her in front of the judge, and they changed حكم وضعي. They changed one of the five, which is المانع, a prohibition, to prohibit her ability to have a court case against her is that he commit adultery in the house before. This is حكم وضعي. This is one of the five سبب شرط المانع. They set a new مانع. So they change it. See, that's what I am telling you here, that they changed the structure of Sharia. It is not about, just, they don't do حكم والزنا and stuff. No, they changed the whole structure. And this is how they changed it. They not only change the حكم itself, no, they changed also the means to address these in أسباب شروط الموانع. They changed the whole structure of Sharia with the word يحكم. And the Murji'ah took this and said applying. They apply. No, we're not talking about application. We're talking about setting the حكم as a law to refer to in front of the judge, and what a judge can take as a rule for him, like two judges. Let's have this example. Two judges. One judge is in a state like Bani Umayyah or a Muslim state, but some that has the Sharia as a base, the only and one reference for the laws. So whoever drink, he has to be whipped if there is no mana, if there is no any kind of condition that is not applied to him. So because the mana is is a condition that is not applied. Shart is condition to be applied. Al-man' is a condition that does not apply. Well, this we'll discuss when we talk in detail about these five ahkam al-day. But anyways, so if this judge come and say, and one drunk, the police brought a drunk guy to him, and he said, oh, this is a drunk guy, we have to whip him, or you judge, you have to rule. So he get a phone call, and somebody tells him, oh, he is my cousin, please just let it go this time. So the judge say, okay, I'll just let it go for you. And he said, okay, let's do the breathing thing. Oh, it's 0.03, not enough. So he's not drunk actually, so leave him. What did this guy do? He played with the proof. He didn't play with the law. He just played with the proof. Another judge in a state where, like a secular state, where the base is, where the law is, if a guy come to you drunk, put him in jail for the night and let him pay £50. So this guy come and the same phone call come, and the guy said, please, he said, no, I'm an honorable person, I don't play around with proof. Oh, it's 3.5 in your breath, go pay 50 and do that. He actually changed the law, the ruling. The first is ma'asiyah, the second is kufr. This is the difference between the two. Playing with the proof in a place where the constitution is the one and only, because it makes sense, because no matter how many is going to be like a corrupt judge, how many is going to be as a rule, but it will still, the rule of Sharia will be governing 60%. Say the corruption is so bad, 60% will be judged by Sharia. Still, the Sharia has a grip on the society. But when we completely remove the Sharia, here is zero. Here is zero. All the laws are completely out of control, are completely man-made, and they don't really look after the real interest. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, أَلَا يَعْلَمُ مَنْ خَلَقَ وَهُوَ اللَّطِيفُ الْخَبِيرُ. Doesn't Allah, the Creator, knows what He created and what is best for them? It's best for them if they drink, they treat it this way. And if they commit adultery, they treat it this way. He knows better. But secular come and say, no. We know better. This is cruel. This is whatever. This is for all times. Even if they don't say it, and they say, oh, no. Oh, we know that Sharia says that, but it's okay. We'll just put it on the shelf, and we will rule with all this. It's kufr. It's the same kufr, because yahkum here is not what you apply, it's what you set for judges to apply. So actually, this is a very important understanding of the word yahkum. It is very important to know the limitation of the word وَمَنْ لَمْ يَحْكُمْ بِمَا أَنزَلَ اللَّهِ, as the word yahkum here is to legislate, to make a law, to set as a law, not to apply as a law. which is التشريع المطلق, the absolute تشريع, the absolute, which is the one that's set for the whole ummah to work with. It is not a tashri' that an application for this law or that law or this kind of applications that the Murji'ah want us to think that this is what it meant and this is how we can understand the ayahs of Surah Al-Ma'idah. Having said that, we are going to move to number 5, and we are going to do that next time, inshallah, because it will take some time to go over. And until we meet, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.